What's going on, ladies and gents? Dalibor here for T3G, along with... Is it this side? It's this side. Hottest on this side.
It's the other side.
No, it's this side. You don't even know what shot I'm pointing to. You don't see my screen. You don't see my camera. So today, we wanted to talk about... Well, I wanted to talk
But it's the other side.
It's not the other side. It's you're to my right on the screen.
But it's for sure the other side.
I'm to your left.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless, today we wanted to talk about, welcome to T3G. If you have not been here before, if you are just watching us for the first time, we do a lot of tech stuff here, everything from tech reviews, tech talks like this one, we do filming, we do game videos, all sorts of stuff, and today we're going to be talking about top tech gift lists and kind of how they're misleading in a lot of ways, and why you need to be real specific when you look at what you're going to be buying for somebody who loves tech in your life. So I pulled up the Good Housekeeping, which is a brand known across the world. Good Housekeeping has kind of been a director for many years as far as like how people approach buying stuff for their home. And they've got a list for this year as of, looks like they made it on September 24th. And we're going to just talk about a few of the items here. We may not even go through the whole list of 21. I mean, the big point I want to bring across here is that even though you may have something, for instance, this is the accident-proof case. This is kind of a general idea. It gives you a general price range on this. But with something like a case, like I know for myself personally, I'm super particular about my cases. Like I have a Pixel XL, I've had two cases on them, and I did research for 2 months before I bought the phone as to what cases I was going to buy, because I'm super particular about them. Yeah, I need something that's rugged, but like I need it to match my style. I need it to match certain colors and things like that I want. So saying accident-proof case is just a really generic thing. And while even though you may know the person and you may know that they are super accident prone and they've cracked their screen 100 times, and you know Steve needs an accident-proof case, Steve might want a specific kind. Steve might want specific kind of features on this case that you're going to want his input on. A lot of the stuff on these lists that I've seen has been very specific stuff for either a specific kind of person, for instance, let's say filmmakers or stuff like that, that you really want people's input on. You know, if you're going to buy somebody a drone, you're going to want their input on what kind of drone. What do you think, Hannes?
I mean, yeah, there's really, that's 100% accurate. I mean, if you're going to buy something, you better understand who you're buying it for, and if that's something that they want. Not even if it's like, not necessarily need, but like if that's something they're interested in. Like what if they're, you purchase them a drone, but like those drones are like, those aren't your drones that you fly to have fun with. Those are drones to literally use for photography or filming. So if your person that you're buying that for instance, is not a person that does any of that, takes pictures or films, then there's no reason to buy them that particular drone. You would probably look at something a little, more or less of a big drone like a DJI to something more like what's it called?
Like the Parrot or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like not even the Parrot. Like even the Parrot.
Yeah, even the Parrot's got.
Yeah,
there's 100 different ones where they're not for filming. They're for fun, or they're for speed. There's multiple things, like you're saying, that drones can do, and people might be into like, oh, I just want to like do like flips with them and stuff. Well, you don't want to get them a Mavic, like a Mavic.
Yeah, because that's not going to
do flips, but it could crash, and it's $1,000 in the toilet.
Right, that's not what it was designed for. Like there's specific ones that are used for like having fun with, and even, I mean, there's people are trying to make a sport out of it where there's racing drones, but you don't want to get something like a Mavic or a Phantom, because that's not what they're for. So like when you're getting something like that, when you're picking up something like a drone or a case for a phone, I would skip things like that if it was me. I would try to avoid something that might if somebody would be looking for something specific, that's kind of like a big something big to go with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's even if it's a case or like if it's a phone case or if it's a drone or if it's really there's quite a lot of things that that applies for. You would really want to make sure that it's something that person is interested in,
Yeah.
because if they're not, then then they have to worry about returning it, or you have to worry about returning it or exchanging it for the one that they are interested in. So a lot of these gift ideas that I'm seeing online might not necessarily be the best things that they're offering, or at least the best ideas that they would say. They look more like, oh, here's a great idea, but what we really are trying to do is get you to buy something really expensive that might not be something at all that you need,
Right. Or even like, oh, we're just trying to get you to click on our affiliate link. So that like, oh, we're making this list, and like, it may apply to some people in some occasions, but a lot of people might look to it or research it to see if it is something for somebody they know. So you get a
Right.
lot of clicks through. But I mean, it really, that's the other thing that you got to look out for with, especially lists on websites where, for instance, I mean, I'm not trying to poo poo on Good Housekeeping here, but like, it's a list of where you reload the page all the time. That's usually so that they get a lot of ad views off of you, things like that, and that's always less than a genuine list, because they're trying to get the most views off of you they can. So already there, it's kind of a like, is this the greatest thing that you should be looking at? I mean, look at something like, I pulled up a number. The fourth item here is a road recorder, right? Often called a dash cam. In many parts of the world, this is going to be a great gift. Something, for instance, I know for instance, in Russia, a big thing is that people try to scam people on the road. Like, they get into accidents on purpose to try to, get money out of people or get insurance money out of people. Whereas, and that's where we get a lot of kind of the craziest videos on the internet are from people recording because they have to, because they, just driving on the road, you run the risk of somebody trying to scam you out of money. So people record all the time. So in places like that, a road recorder is going to be great. Or people who do a lot of traveling, maybe just kind of a record of like, hey, I've been to all these places. That's a great gift. But on the flip side, if you just have somebody who's like, doing a daily commute to work all day, there and back, that's all they do as far as in the car,
Right.
and it's, not they're not, they're a great driver, they're not really prone to accidents, again, might not be a great gift.
Right. Might not be the best option to go with. So, I mean, obviously, this applies obviously to anybody that is purchasing gifts, but I mean, you got to take when you see lists like this, when you see people trying to do these kind of lists, and you really need to take a look to see if it is really speaking to you or speaking for the person you're looking to buy for. We've done lists ourselves, but like every time we've done the list, it's been a lot of cheap stuff and simple stuff that somebody, let's say they're a tech person like we are that likes computers. We've done mouse pads or cheap mouses, stuff like that they might want or need or want to upgrade. But obviously, once again, even that would apply to like, okay, well, that might be a good idea, but not necessarily for everybody. So,
Right, exactly. And like, number 9 here is a Wi-Fi enhancer. It's a $130 item. Now, if you know what a Wi-Fi enhancer is, and you know somebody who is always complaining about their Wi-Fi signal, this is going to be an excellent gift. But that's really the only time it's going to be an excellent gift. Because like, while it sounds cool and it looks cool, like a lot of the new Google ones they're just really well designed. Like, they look pretty. Like, old networking equipment did not look great. And over the years, they've put a lot more design into it. I mean, like, the new Nighthawk wireless routers are just fantastic looking. They look great.
right.
But like, if you don't know that the person needs this, if you don't know that this is something they need in their home or that they want in their home, is like, this is just a $130 item that somebody's trying to get you to buy, and it's not going to go. I like a smart scale. Like, what's a smart scale going to do to somebody? If, I mean, okay, granted, you could, if you know that they're into health or they're trying to lose weight or whatever, sure, that's again very, very specific conditions where it's going to be a great gift. Some people may take it as an offense, where if you give them a smart scale, like, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say I'm fat? You know? Some people it may not work for. You know, for instance, if somebody was to give this to me, I guarantee you this is not in my weight range. So this is not going to be something that's going to work for me. So now it's awkward where it's like, now I get, you know, you're trying to help me out, but now I can't really be like, I can't use it. Like, you should return it. That's rude. So now
Right.
I'm in an awkward position to be like, thanks, man. That's so great. Like, now I got to figure out how to get rid of this thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's, that's the other thing that you definitely want to consider is like when you're picking up stuff like that is like, is that something that you would want to get for that person or they would want, or even need or even be capable of using. So, yeah.
So I guess that's kind of the main thing. And the other real big thing I want to guide people away from, and again, this just goes back into stuff is very often requiring people's input because it's super, super specific. Cell phones and computers are two things you should not be broad stroke buying for people unless they have absolutely verbalized what they want. If you buy somebody a cell phone, it may be a cool cell phone. I mean, like the Essential phone, we were just at Best Buy today, we were talking about phones, and the Essential phone is a great phone. It's a $500 phone. It's got great features, great power, blah, blah, blah. But like, sometimes a phone is a lot of the feel. Like, you put it in your hand, and you kind of sense, like, do I like this? You could buy somebody, there's a $500 Sony, great looking phone. I really like the design, but I still wouldn't want it. So if somebody was to just be like, hey, here's this phone, I'm not interested in this. I want a specific phone. And phones and computers are two things that are very, very specific to the people that are using them. Some people need a way better camera. Some people need way better battery life. Some people absolutely need ruggedness. In computers, some people need power. Some people need mobility. Some people need great screens, big screens. It's all very super specific. That's why I like gift cards. I like when people are like, hey, I didn't know what to get you. Here's $20 to Amazon. Here's a $50 gift card to Best Buy. Fantastic. I will find some way to use this. Trust me. And
Right.
to me, that's a way better gift because, like, hey, you tried and you thought about it. I'm too complicated or I have way too many options. Hottest can attest to this. I have way too many wish lists on Amazon. So even if you go look at my wish list, you're still kind of like, the heck do I buy?
Oh, absolutely.
And so and if he was like, dude, I'm not trying to figure out what you want. Here's some Amazon money. I would completely understand and I would still appreciate it just as much. So it's like I said, we've beat this into the ground, but the whole point is all of these tech lists are very specific. They talk about hot items, they talk about popular items, and I think what people need to start looking at are lists for specific types of people. If you're looking at like game systems, or if you have a gamer that you're trying to buy for, you should look for top tech gifts for gamers, because then you're going to get into very specific stuff. You're going to get into, people are going to be recommending the Super NES Classic, people are going to be recommending the Switch. That's very, very specific to gaming. If they're a PC gamer, that's going to get even more specific. It's very important to look at what kind of person you're buying for and look for lists for that kind of person. If they're trying to get into film, or if they are a filmmaker, or they're they're a vlogger and they've just got their cell phone, there are 100 items you can get them to just boost their productivity or boost their capabilities while recording that are gonna like light up their life. But if you're just looking at, oh, let me get you like an Alexa because Alexas are cool, like everybody wants an Alexa, right?
Yeah, everybody's got one.
Right.
You see it everywhere.
Right.
That might not be the smart play.
Right, because like there are a lot of people who don't want smart assistants. There are a lot of people who want smart assistants, but only certain ones or a certain style. Because there's 5 different Alexas now. There are other speakers that have Alexa built in. There are at least 3 speakers that support Google Home. Like what, that again, it gets very, very specific. So yes, while it might be cool to get somebody a Google Home or an Amazon Alexa or even whatever that the Apple Home, the gigantic monster speaker, Like, that's cool, and like it could be like an expensive gift for sure, but like if they're never gonna use it, it's kind of a waste for everybody. So
Absolutely.
consider the type of person you are shopping for when it comes to this upcoming holiday season. That's my final takeaway for this.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to say on that. I mean, you know, like I said before, it applies to any time you're shopping for anybody, especially tech people. I mean, when you're picking up something like that, consider if that is something really they want. Hopefully, if they're really a tech person, they'll have a list like we do.
Right? And even then, even with lists, there's always
And
possibility.
even then, absolutely.
Because I'll be honest, I'm busy, and I mean, hottest for my birthday had to ask me, "Hey, are your lists updated?" Because, as we go, we buy things, and sometimes we forget to update. So
Yeah, absolutely.
at the end of the day, gift cards always win.
Always.
All right, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Appreciate you for watching. Nobody was live on stream, or at least they didn't chat with us, but if you were live, appreciate you for watching. If you were watching it after the fact, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below if you have any other thoughts on gift giving for tech-specific stuff during the holiday season or at any time. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.